it's all about
energy.
me. No, do you know what? I'm so sorry. We're not doing this. Start again. Wait. Let me just skedaddle to the toilet.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see, once again we have a guest with me.
Hi. So my name's Yolanda and I am Sabina's flatmate.
Guys, guess what time it is? Once again, Life Talk. So today in Life Talk we'll be talking about finance, and I thought, who better to bring here than the accountant herself?
This is a crown.
Budgeting and finance is her thing. So you know the drill, guys. The first question is, would you say you'll be able to save more money and budget better if you stay/live with your parents?
100%. 150, 101%. Okay. Let me tell you, staying with your parents means your bills are cheaper, your rent is cheaper, your food, the fridge is always stocked up, okay? So it's always best to stay with your parents, but only if you're gonna save. If you're going to stay with your parents to try to be lazy, I'm sorry, you just move out. But the best thing to do is to always stay with your parents, so at least you can put a lot more money to the side, and then you can spend less, so you literally can live on like a third of your bills. Whereas if you live alone, literally 2/3 of your paycheck will go towards bills, phone, food, and all that other nonsense that you do.
It's true. I agree with the finance itself, but I disagree in regards to budget, because for me personally, when I was living with my mom, I would spend a lot of money on nonsense. Like, it gives me the comfortability, the comfort, that's the word. English, once again, is not English. It gives you the comfort to be like, oh, you know what, I'm not obligated to pay anything. I don't have to worry about money, so I can spend on myself and do everything. So once I moved out, it really helped me, because I was forced to face, you know what, now we are adults, we actually have to deal with budgeting. And I think for me personally, I started budgeting a lot better and saving up a lot better once I moved out than when I stayed back.
So are you saying you were able to save more or budget more when you moved out?
Both.
See, it just goes back to the first point. If you're staying in your parents' house and you're managing your money, quote unquote, properly, you'll be able to save shed loads. If you go the other way, where you just want to spend, that's your problem, Sha.
That's the thing. Like, that's what I agree. I agree. If you were to live with your parents, save rather than spend, because I feel like if you were to save, yes, you'll save a lot. But if you were like me, you will not save nothing. You just spend your money on nonsense, and once you move out and you face the reality, you'll be like, wow, I really don't know how to budget.
Buying 5 colors of the same shoe.
I still will do it, guys. If I like the shoe, I'll still do it. It will just take me a lot longer to buy 5 colors of this.
Logically that makes sense, but when you have 50 pairs, I don't know, you know. Anyway, moving on. Next question. What are the reasons behind creating a budget? Oh yeah, you go first, go on.
I think it helps you save money. For me, that's what budgeting does, because once you have the accountability of knowing where the numbers are going, it helps you not to. For me, if I see something and I know where it's going, I will not touch it. So if I have decided for myself, you know what, that's how much I'm putting away, this is for my bills, this is for my saving, this is for my emergency pocket, this is for going out. Now I know that everything is separated, and there is the temptation of being like, oh, I'll touch it. But that is when discipline kicks in, because once you discipline yourself, this is the important way and this is the way I should be doing it. Budgeting is what amplifies and kicks in, creates a discipline, and helps you save up and really use money on actual important and needed things.
So you're saying your main reason for budgeting is to save?
Kinda, yeah. And to see where my money is going. Because if you
see where your money is going.
If you don't know where your money is going, you won't be able to manage it. And
so the first point is budgeting can help you save. Second one, budgeting helps you see where your money goes. Another one I would say is budgeting gives you clarity on where you want to go. So not only does it help you in the present, it also helps you to plan for the future.
Yeah.
So you can quantify certain goals that you want to make. For example, I want to buy a house. If you don't have a plan to save £5,000 in whatever time length, 1 year, 2 years, and you think, okay, I'm just gonna put £2, £10. Sometimes it does work, you get to the £5,000, but it is much easier and clearer if you have a budget with set amounts each month, which will then help you have like a tangible, how do I say it? What's that thing when you're making progress? A tangible, you guys fill in the blank. A tangible whatever to help you track your progress, okay? So when you budget, it literally gives you many benefits, but the three main ones is pretty much saving, seeing where your money goes, seeing where you could go with your money. And
I feel like what you're saying, especially with mortgage and everything that you just said about saving and progress, like for me, when it comes to saving and preparing for my house, my car and everything I'm to buy soon, it's like, it's no longer like, because when you are to put £5, £10, you're not obligated to do it, so it gives you a lot more freedom to, oh, this month I will not put anything, this month I will put like £2, that's how much I have left. Yeah, you make excuses. When if it's a set amount every month, it now becomes like, okay, that's what I know is going there, it needs to go there, full stop. You don't question it, it's like a bill now, like, you know.
It'll stop you from buying impulse tickets to Malta. Or
traveling is good.
Oh my gosh, I need a holiday.
Yeah.
I need a shopping spree.
You know what? You're bashing me on that, but for me to actually...
that's not even a bash, but if you take if it shoe fits, wear it, sweetheart.
I feel like that is actually a perk of budgeting because I have a whole pot that says travel and outing. So now that I have that pot, once I decide, oh, I want to be spontaneous, it allows me to go to that pot and be like, okay, I have the money, let's go. What's your opinion on overdraft?
Just don't get it, okay? Okay, a general consensus is, before getting into semantics, overdraft, just don't get it, okay? Because what an overdraft is you owe money to the bank. Whether look, even if you didn't take out a loan, if you borrow money from someone, you owe them money. If you borrow money from the bank, you owe the bank money. The best thing to do is to always stay on 0 plus. Okay, if you are good with your money and sometimes you need to dip into your overdraft, look, that's on you, okay? But my personal opinion, just don't have an overdraft. Make sure you plan your life to the point where even if you go down to 0, it's better than minus.
Yeah, and that's back to budgeting. Why budgeting is important.
Yeah, because look, that overdraft, what it's like, what do people say? It's like when people talk about, I'll say nails, for example. Once you get that first set of nails and you know how good your hands look in them nails, you're gonna want more in the coming months. So when you start, oh, minus £10 overdraft, I'll be fine. Then it goes to minus 50, then minus 100, and soon enough you've got £1,000 to clear, and it just goes downhill. Not everyone gets in that trap, but what I'm saying is, in general, just please, just leave it.
I came out of my overdraft in 2020. So beforehand, I didn't really care. I was living with my parents, I was careless on what I'm spending, and somehow, even though I was earning some crazy money, because I didn't have to pay bills, the only thing I had to pay was my tickets to go college and then back, and if I'm going out with people or buying myself things. But somehow it started like you said, it didn't start I'm like overdrafting for 500k. It started like, oh wait, I want to go out but I don't have the money for, like, literally I didn't have the money for the film. So I was like, okay, £5, that's fine. The next thing I was like, oh wait, I need to go out for a meal, which I didn't need to go out. The restaurant is like 10 quid plus, let me overdraft 20. And with the process doing that, because I saw it returns, nothing was taken away from me in a physical sense. Like nobody was knocking on my door being like, oh, come to us, like we need to sell your house. Nothing of that sense. But I ended up going into 250, 300, 500. And the thing with overdraft is you really don't see it, because I'll get my paycheck and automatically 500 quid is gone out of my bank account, not because I'm obligated, but because I have now decided to put myself in a place where I won't see them. And like I said earlier, it refers back to budgeting, because if I were better with budgeting and finance, I would have never been like, oh, I need that. Because, and then also discipline. If you don't have the money to go somewhere or do something, just say no.
Stay in your house.
For me, overdraft was okay because it wasn't percented. Like everything I own, I just had to return the same amount. But that gives you also the door, and it opens a door to like credit now. Because what if I said, oh, I can't pay this overdraft, let me open and get a credit or loan.
Credit card.
And it just spirals down, and it gives you money that you don't actually have. And it, yeah.
Look, don't look at us here and me as the guest and think, oh my god, she's a finance guru. You look, my overdraft was 1.5, okay? K. Don't ask me how I got there. There was a lot of clubbing, and there was a lot of turn-ups, and there was a lot of social life, okay? I got there, and then when I finished that, then it came rent and survival, and it just, look, alright, God told me you need to sort that out, and I fixed it. So now I'm on 0, and I'm not going back. So even if I'm like minus 5, there's no such thing as minus in my life. Budgets will help you leave that overdraft fast. Next one. Would you say earning more will make your budgeting easier?
No. I think that if you are responsible for what you have in the small, you'll be given, and you'll be not entitled, but you have more power over the bigger things. Like if you can't budget your £2, what makes you think that you'll be able to budget your £200?
Story time. There was a time in my overdraft situation when obviously God was telling me that I need to get out of this and sort your life. I had to budget £5 for a whole week. Alright, I was so broke. There's one time actually, I had £2.50 for 1 week, and I could only spend on average 50p a day. 50p a day. I had to decide, do I want to take the bus or do I want to eat food? Okay. So if I don't take the bus, I live far from town, so it was a 45-minute walk. Or if I buy a loaf of bread, I'm walking 45 minutes. If I walk 45 minutes, I can't eat. Yo, I remember eating rice and having to... I had to get creative with rice. I did not ketchup and rice. Woo! You know, ketchup. More money does not make you a better budgeter. Budget every single pound. If you make £500 a month, you need to plan every single penny. So everything that you have in your budget line should total £500. You shouldn't just budget for 300 and then have 200 chilling at the bottom. You think, oh, I'm just gonna spend it. No. Budget everything.
Yes,
put it in a pot and just stick to it, okay?
Yeah, because not budgeting certain amount gives you the liability of like doing whatever and spending it on things you don't actually need. But yeah, and it definitely you make me laugh. Definitely the thing is, once you've learned to have less, you'll learn how to have more. Yeah, and it's a thing. Why do you, like, for example, it's a life thing. You don't give a child to do the whole housework. You start with little, wash the dishes, do that, and they eventually learn, and now it becomes like a habit. And then later on, when you give them more, they can handle the whole thing. And it's same thing with money. If you can't handle your pocket money from your parents that are 20 quid a week, you won't be able to handle 2k a month. Should you stay at the job that you don't like but pays you big time?
Read the question again. Should you stay at a job that you don't like but pays you some decent amount of money?
Yes.
It depends on how much suffering you're willing to take. I think that question is very subjective. I can't say, yes, stay at a job that you hate, but I can't say, no, go for a job that you know, should you stay at a job that pays you a lot? Look, if you are made of nails and whatever it is that is required to deal with a job that you hate and get the money, if you want to do that, that's up to you. As long as you are somewhere that is able to help you survive.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, it's up to you. Me, I'm like, depends. If you think you're bad, stay. But hey,
I agree with that. Like, yes, it is important to love what you do so it doesn't feel like work, but sometimes bills are in and it's not down to your feelings, it's down to necessities.
Is the saying money brings you happiness true?
No. Money brings you comfort and it brings you lifestyle, but it doesn't actually bring you happiness. That's how I see it. Like, money brings you time. It allows you to do things that you enjoy, but money doesn't actually buy you happiness.
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. So, follow me here. Happiness, the word happiness is like, how do I say it? Happiness is based on happenings, right? This is my personal opinion, so please, you keyboard warriors, don't come fight me, alright?
I'll give you that and you can do that.
Happiness is based on happenings. So if happiness is based on happenings, then if I have money, I can make things happen that make me happy. Are you following? So personally, I think money can buy happiness, but what money
brings, the question is bring. Not buy. Because I agree with money can buy you happiness because it provides for you, but I don't agree with brings.
Yeah, okay, if I'm buying a handbag, it brings me joy and it brings me happiness. So yes, money can bring me happiness. But one thing that money cannot do, okay, it's not the question, but money cannot bring you joy. Joy is different to happiness. Joy is a state of mind regardless of whether your life happenings are happy, should I say. Happiness, if we take a little word by itself, literal word by itself, personally, look, if I buy that handbag, it's happened, I'm happy, you know, it's bringing me happiness, I'm good. A little bit of controversy there, so
yeah, I think
keyboard warriors, come at me.
I see your point and I agree with it, but still for me, like, even if I don't have money, I'll have time and I'll create my own happenings in that time, and like I'll create, like, it will be harder because I cannot now fly to, I don't know, Bali. I cannot fly to Bali and have my happenings and happiness there, but like I will now create my own thing. But then again, with how I see it is, you can overwork for money that will steal away your time. And like, that's why I'm more of like, you know what, it will not bring you happiness. It brings you comfort, and depending on where you're at financially and entrepreneurially in everything that you do, it can bring you comfort and time. But if you're working like 24/7, you don't have time for your friends, you don't have time for your family, you don't have time for yourself, that is not happiness. That is literally, you're living to work, not working to live. Can I still buy nice/brand items if I can't really afford them, or should I just buy the fake ones?
Okay, I'm gonna interject. Okay, yes, it's actually my turn, isn't it? Look, okay? Let me tell you a little something. The older you get, depending on where, look, it's very subjective, okay? Some people are so caught up on brands that they can't see anything else, like they have to buy, oh my gosh, I need Louis hat, Louis eyelashes, Louis earrings, Louis, you know? If you want that, that's fine. But the question is, what again? Can I still buy? If you can't afford them, don't buy it. If you can't afford them, don't buy it. You'll notice, what's his name? I don't know which one it is. It's one of these top guys. I think it's Richard Branson or Facebook guy, or I don't know, someone in the comments just say something. I don't know who it is. But one of these multi-billionaire trillionaires, this guy wears like, he said, I've got like, I think it's Facebook, he's got 10, 15 white shirts or something like that, 3 grey shirts. He's got literally 3 sets of colors of the same t-shirt or something, and like 10 pairs of the same jeans. And I say that to say, the richest people, you don't see them Louis head to toe. You will never see Richard Branson in Vuitton head to toe, Gucci head to toe. All I'm saying is, if you want to buy the brands, if you do it, if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
You can buy the fake, you can do.
What I would say in regards to buying the fake, personally, I would not support that. If you want a certain thing specific, don't go into like, because you know, for
yeah, but what if it's really good fakes? You're just thinking,
but I would
Is that
support the person that actually makes them, if you know what I mean. Like, I'll find an alternative that is similar, but is not like the exact same thing, saying Christian Dior, and it's not the real Christian Dior, because now you're faking it. Like, I much rather save up and value what I have and have one item that I love and that I know I've invested a lot in than buy like 10 fakes, and they're literally fakes. Like, you're not supporting the person that actually came up with that idea, and it takes away from their creativity. Because for a person that is actually in the creative industry, I'll feel horrible if like you bought something that literally has my name on it and everything, but it doesn't come to me.
If you could go back in time, what would you advise your younger self in regards to finance?
Save up whilst you live with family. You will never get that money back. That's my advice to myself.
I would say to myself, instead, use your free time wisely. When you're in uni and you have, let's say, 5 days in a week that are free, get a job.
Yes.
And start saving. Whatever you can. Put £100 aside, £200 aside a month. Start saving. Don't just go clubbing and drinking and smoking and doing the most, because I wasted a lot of time. I would say to myself, get a job. Start saving when you're young. When from 18 plus, start saving, and at least you'll help your 28-year-old self be in a much better position. Because now, when you get to my age and you think about all the time you had when you were younger, playing catch up is a lot of work, because the commitments when you're older are just a lot higher. The younger you are, the more time you have to save.
Yeah. And one more thing I would say is not everything you want is a need. You don't actually need 20 pair of shoes in the same day you go to the shop. You only need like 2. So
Do you need even 2? Just one?
no, that's
you only need 2.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like, there will be a lot of wants that I will have, and I will not budget for them, and that's where my overdraft came from, like I said before. So not everything you want is a need. So stick to your needs in the beginning until you can afford the wants.
Most likely the need is 1 pair, because you go Monday, I just need 2. Tuesday, I just need 2. By Friday, you've got 10 pairs. Yeah, just need 1 pair of shoes, that's it.
Yeah, it's true. You only have 2 legs. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That was all for today, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.